NYSE is requesting SEC authorization to allow stock trading for 22 hours each day. Meta is considering reincorporation in Texas or another state to leave Delaware. Costco has increased the hourly wage for the majority of its store employees to more than $30. In the United States, a significant rise of 20.3% in egg prices is anticipated for the year 2025. Additionally, advertisements for Super Bowl 59 in 2025 are projected to reach an unprecedented cost of $16 million per minute. Furthermore, in the European Union, Temu, Shein, and Amazon are expected to be held responsible for any goods that are deemed unsafe or illegal. Superman estate sues Warner Bros. Discovery, DC Comics to block release in key territories. Fire Aid benefit featured a surprise reunion of surviving members of Nirvana. Jake Gyllenhaal to star in new original film from M. Night Shyamalan and Nicholas Sparks.
Solana experienced a 112% increase in stablecoin supply during January, driven by the Trump memecoin craze, according to CC data. Grayscale introduced a fund dedicated to Dogecoin as altcoin adoption accelerates. Tether announced a $13 billion profit for 2024, with increasing prices of Bitcoin and gold playing a role.
OpenAI introduces the O3 mini reasoning model, accompanied by a complementary version of ChatGPT. Meanwhile, Microsoft is establishing a dedicated unit to investigate the effects of AI. Additionally, it has been claimed that using profanity causes Google's AI overviews to malfunction.
Early adult deaths are increasing in the U.S., with COVID-19 and drug overdoses being significant contributors. Adolescents' mental health may be influenced by exposure to hot and cold temperatures. The World Health Organization has certified Georgia as free of malaria.
Several senior FBI leaders told to leave agency or be fired, people familiar with matter say, and FBI agents who worked on January 6 and Trump investigations are expected to be fired Friday. Elon Musk's Doge wants access to the Treasury's payment systems, claimed in a report, and senior U.S. official to exit after rift with Musk allies over payment system. Federal workers told to remove pronouns from email signatures.
North Korean troops are reportedly no longer visible on the front lines in Ukraine, having withdrawn after suffering significant losses, according to Ukrainian officials. Meanwhile, the Institute for the Study of War (ISW) claims that Putin will not conclude the war soon due to his planned slow advances. Additionally, Putin has stated that it is shameful to overlook the Soviet role in liberating Nazi death camps. RFK Jr. promises to cease collecting from a vaccine lawsuit if appointed to the cabinet. As stated in RFK Jr. HHS confirmation, Kennedy says he will give up stake in vaccine lawsuit. A letter supporting RFK Jr. to the Senate lists doctors whose licenses were revoked or suspended. RFK Jr. and Bernie Sanders engage in a heated argument over Big Pharma, with RFK Jr. accusing Sanders of accepting pharmaceutical money during an intense hearing.
Tron, Ares director shares an industrial sound from Nine Inch Nails. Neil Gaiman's The Sandman will conclude with Season 2 on Netflix. A total of 38 movie sequels and spin-offs are scheduled for release in theaters and on streaming platforms in 2025. In the United States, a distributor of ANOM-hardened encrypted devices has been sentenced to 63 months in prison for participating in a racketeering conspiracy. 3 years prior, it was revealed that the FBI's encrypted phone platform had infiltrated hundreds of criminal syndicates, leading to a significant worldwide takedown. Meanwhile, in the Philippines, authorities have arrested 100 suspects during a raid on an online scam farm. Additionally, Tata Technologies has reported that a ransomware attack affected its IT assets, with an investigation currently underway. Panama prepares for potential conflict as Trump's administration hints at a resolution, and a U.S. envoy expresses concerns about China's activities near the Panama Canal. The Kremlin confirms that BRICS is not considering a new currency following Trump's warning of imposing 100% tariffs. Canada declares its backing for workers and businesses in response to Trump's tariff threats.
India's exports reached a record $778.21 billion in FY 2023-24. In the upcoming annual budget, Prime Minister Modi may address the economic slowdown and potential trade issues. The budget is expected to include middle-class tax relief to boost growth and aim for a narrower budget gap. A study indicates that Trump tariffs will result in U.S. households paying an additional $830 annually. Research suggests that ancient Roman rule still influences personality and well-being in Germany. The Guardian states that Britain is evidently unable to thrive without immigration, and now the Labour Party must persuade the electorate. An Italian court halts the expulsion of asylum seekers, contesting Meloni's migrant agreement with Albania. The German parliament dismisses an opposition migration bill supported by the far-right AfD. Netanyahu travels to Washington to confer with Trump, aiming to reshape the Middle East. Wall Street Journal remarks that Hamas orchestrates hostage releases into a degrading display for Israel. Hasbara, pro-Israel social media bot, malfunctions, labeling IDF soldiers as white colonizers in apartheid Israel.
The Taliban lack the legal authority to access the Afghan fund, which amounts to billions of dollars, according to a U.S. watchdog. Syria's newly appointed interim president embarks on his inaugural foreign visit to Saudi Arabia. Kyrgyzstan, a country with a Muslim majority, has imposed a ban on the niqab. U.S. lawmakers suggest reducing NVIDIA's chip supply to China after the DeepSeek incident. Singapore advises U.S. companies to adhere to export controls amid questions about DeepSeek's acquisition of NVIDIA chips from Singapore-based firms. Sam Altman indicates that OpenAI will adopt 2 new AI strategies, one from DeepSeek and another from Meta, and he criticizes OpenAI for being on the wrong side of history, advocating for a new open-source policy. YesML CEO views DeepSeek as positive news for semiconductor manufacturers.
In the U.S., the deadly Eaton and Palisades fires have been completely contained after 24 days. In Australia's northeast, one person has died and thousands have been advised to evacuate due to flooding. Preliminary NTSB data indicates that pilots attempted to raise the nose of a passenger jet within seconds of a deadly DC helicopter collision. Additionally, a soldier has been identified in the DC plane crash, with data suggesting the helicopter might have been too high. India plans to generate 100 gigawatts of nuclear energy by 2047 to support its energy transition, according to the government. Scientists at NIST have created a highly precise method for measuring temperature using large Rydberg atoms. A UK scientist has received an award for an invention that might prevent a catastrophic event known as phosphogeddon. Wandering salamanders remain in tree canopies due to their blood-powered toes, which they fill with blood prior to each step. Urban rodent populations increase significantly as the climate warms. According to a study, India has successfully doubled its tiger population over the past decade. Polar bear population declining due to extended energy deficit caused by food scarcity. Arctic groundwater is releasing more carbon into the ocean than previously estimated. Trinity College research indicates that human sheep herding has been practiced for 11,000 years. Trump has signed 3 executive orders, introducing a 25% tariff on imports from Canada and Mexico, and a 10% tariff on imports from China. China criticizes Trump's tariff decision, stating, "Fentanyl is America's problem." According to Bloomberg, Trump's tariffs aim to address a loophole exploited by Chinese online retailers. Canada plans to impose retaliatory tariffs of 25% on $155 billion worth of U.S. goods in 2 stages, while Mexico has promised to retaliate against Trump's tariffs, but has not specified the targets. Lawsuit alleges that the systems responsible for the OPM government-wide email blast are both unlawful and lack security. Elon Musk's team has now gained access to the Treasury's payments system. Musk asserts that Doge discovered Treasury-approved payments to fraudulent or terrorist groups. Senator Wyden requests explanations after a report revealed Musk personnel attempting to access highly sensitive U.S. Treasury payments system. The Wall Street Journal criticizes Trump's tariff plans, labeling them as the dumbest trade war in history.
UK enacts legislation to make AI-generated child abuse images illegal. In the US, a fatal border shootout results in 6 deaths and involves a group of experts in AI and transgenderism, with members of this AI fringe group apprehended for 2 murders. Gmail acknowledges AI hacking and alerts its 2.5 billion users. Japan intends to limit exports of semiconductors and quantum computing technology. Meanwhile, Trump plans to impose tariffs on chips produced in Taiwan, specifically targeting TSMC. In response to this threat, Taiwan has indicated it might support its industrial sector. Just 5 days ago, Taiwan asserted that its chip business is mutually beneficial following Trump's tariff warning. Additionally, China cautioned Japan that restricting chip exports could jeopardize supply chains. Grayscale introduces a fund specifically centered on Dogecoin amid increasing altcoin adoption. Coinbase purchases the ads platform Spindle to address the issue of on-chain discovery. Swiss financial institution UBS evaluates blockchain technology for digital gold investments utilizing zkSYNC.
NTSB compels journalists to receive plane crash information via X. The Pentagon ousts NBC, NPR, NYT, and Politico from their offices, intending to replace them with Breitbart and One America News. In the United States, agencies are instructed to clear federal government websites of diversity-related material.
Meta has restricted news access in Canada, leading to an increase in scam advertisements. Elon Musk's X is initiating legal action against additional advertisers due to an ad boycott. OpenAI is utilizing the r/ChangeMyView subreddit to evaluate AI persuasion abilities.
ML Commons and Hugging Face collaborate to unveil a large speech dataset for AI research. The DeepSeek app maintains the highest global position in downloads, with significant contributions from India. According to reports, ChatGPT subscribers have almost increased to 15.5 million in 2024. A 3D map, the oldest in the world, was found in a Paleolithic cave near Paris, dating back to 18,000 BCE. Apple has reportedly ceased development on augmented reality glasses designed to connect with Macs. Israeli startups are said to be expanding their global reach following their significant involvement in the war. Former senior advisor to the Federal Reserve faces indictment for economic espionage. The FDA and CISA issue a warning about a backdoor vulnerability in a widely used patient monitor by U.S. hospitals. Polish authorities have taken into custody the former justice chief in connection with the Pegasus spyware scandal.
Get your daily news fix with News Source Scrawler's latest edition. February 2nd, 2025, featuring crypto, politics, tech, and more.